RedEye. I'm Greta Gerwig, and I am in Damsels in Distress, a new film by Whit Stillman.
How much did making this movie remind you of your own college experience and the way that you surely used to use tap dance to make yourself feel better?
Well, it didn't. I loved college, but it didn't remind me of my college experience in any real way. It did. It did remind me. I mean, the psychology of it is correct, although the set dressing is wrong. Like it didn't. We didn't have that aesthetic in college, but the idea of having a clique of girls that tend to, they all become like each other, is something that I think is pretty universal. And then also just that in college, you're able to transform yourself in a way that you were never able to before, because in high school you go to high school with people who've known you since you were 6, so how mysterious can you be? But in college, I think people really did reinvent themselves and totally, they went by different names and started dressing differently and disavowed Dave Matthews Band. I did.
That was your big transformation in college?
Well, I was like, I don't know whose jam band CDs these are. It's not mine. I never have ever gone to a Fish concert.
Weird. I know all the words, but...
Yeah, no, it's like, I feel like mostly in college people's CD cases get them in trouble. Or they did when there were CDs, which is, I was at the end of CDs. I went to college from 2002 to 2006. So we had CDs, but now no more.
No.
No reason to buy a CD.
What do you think was the most embarrassing CD you had at that time?
Oh... It was a book more than a CD, but I didn't bring it with me to college. But I had Jules' book of poetry. That was really embarrassing. The CD was embarrassing, but the book of poetry was kicker.
Do you remember any of the lines?
I probably do, but I would be very embarrassed to go into it right now. Funny.
Well, I love that, in the movie there's this notion of the guys, they don't know colors. They don't know what color their eyes are. They haven't even paid attention to this.
They don't know colors. No, Whit takes he takes stupidity, frat boy stupidity, to a completely absurd place. It's not just dumb frat guys. It's they don't know their colors. I mean, it's so extreme.
Well, as someone who was in a fraternity, I did not take it personally. I did find it really interesting, though, this notion of the things. There's so much information out there that everyone kind of misses something. What's something that you feel like you picked up on maybe later than other people?
Everybody else did. I think I'm incredibly gullible. So I feel like I'm always sort of coming late to stuff. I'm also bad at picking up. I'm also bad at sarcasm, picking up on sarcasm. I feel like I didn't. I missed that day. I don't know. So I still am really bad when someone's sarcastic. I always think they're being totally sincere, and it's embarrassing because then I'll start answering the question and then they're like, "No, that's not. Can't you tell?" And I'm like, "No, I can't tell."
Do you recall a time that got you into trouble, or?
No, it rarely gets me into trouble, but it does sometimes. It just leads to an unnecessarily long interaction about something that didn't need to be talked about that much.
Well, Violet really, really believes in the value of starting a dance craze, this thing that can unite all people. So how wrong are we to look back and laugh at the Macarena now?
I don't laugh. I think the Macarena was great. I think the problem with Macarena is it doesn't require a partner. Violet is very big on dances that require partners because it brings people together. Literally.
What would you recommend if you were going to revise the Macarena to make it a 2-person dance?
I don't know if there's a way to do it opposite, so you could be putting your hands on someone's shoulders or something. I don't know, something, and then they could be doing another part of the dance. I don't know.
That would be interesting, just face to face.
Yeah, partner Macarena.
What's a guilty pleasure movie of yours?
Oh, so I have so many guilty pleasure movies. I love the Twilights, all those Twilights.
All 4 of them?
I just love Kristen Stewart. I think she's just really watchable. But I don't talk about that, or I try not to talk about it that much because That's not even like a cool guilty pleasure. That's just like, but I.
You're honest though. Some people wouldn't.
Oh no, those are really fun. I was so excited. They had a Breaking Dawn on the plane, and I was like, sweet. I was like so pumped. It's the perfect plane movie too because your emotions are heightened because the air is so thin. It's like I was crying and like the werewolf stuff is so dramatic.